Yo, what's up, wrestling fans? It's your boy Karan Casey Cadell with Titletown Wrestling Podcast. Here to give you my WWE Money in the Bank predictions for 2025. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe to Titletown Wrestling, Titletown TV over on YouTube, on TikTok, Titletown TV underscore KC. For my personal page, Facebook, Karan Twin Cadell on Facebook. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up, we got the men's Money in the Bank. We got the men's Money in the Bank, which features Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano. Um, I'm going to go down from least likely to win to less likely to win the Money in the Bank. Starting off with Penta, I think he's going to be focusing on another title similar to a woman over on the women's side. Over on the women's side, I think he's going to be focusing on the tag division alongside his brother Ray Phoenix. A lot of people have been wondering why they didn't uh, go ahead and put the Lucha Bros together as a tag team. Um, I think this is where going from this point on, after the draft, they're going to emerge him and Ray Phoenix into a tag team, bringing the Lucha Bros back together, whether on Raw or on SmackDown. I think SmackDown division is okay. They just picked up Fraxium. Legado del Fantasma is in shambles right now. It seems like they might be maybe losing Berto soon. So they will be a great team to fill in for them. Or Fraxman is the replacement, or they can go over on Raw. You never know with the draft. Them versus New Day, them versus the War Raiders, them versus JD and Finn. All exciting matchups could happen. Next up, we have Andrade, who I honestly think is going to be a big surprise, but I don't think that it would be a big surprise. But no, I don't think he's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm not even sure how they will even handle his Money in the Bank reign or the cash in itself. This situation feels a lot like Damian Priest. Even though it happened, Damian Priest did win. It would feel like Damian Priest esque. You do have Seth and LA Knight, obvious choices sitting right there. Two guys who are real high. A guy who has won before, and a guy who has not won the Money in the Bank, who should win the Money in the Bank. Should have won the Money in the Bank in that moment 2 years ago instead of Damian Priest. Next up, we have Solo Sikoa, who poses a interesting take on the Money in the Bank. Of course, his brother is the World Heavyweight Champion over on Raw, and him cashing in on his older brother could cause some trouble in the family. Of course, they shouldn't be doing that to each other or whatever. But Solo himself has done a lot worse to Jimmy, and so this could be Jay's turn of getting that him and JC could attack Jay Uso after the tag match that night and allow Solo to cash in. Maybe Jacob prevents that or whatever. We've seen Jay and Jacob um, chemistry outside of the ring, not really too much on camera, but we've seen it on social media and things of that nature of how close they really are. And so this could be a way to turn Jacob and then, of course, Solo. Honestly, I think he should focus on the U.S. title instead. And him and Jacob's relationship is probably going to come to a head, and they're not going to be agreeing. Will be continue to disagree on the treatment on Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is going to go to do big things in the main event scene, even after losing the U.S. title to Solo Sikoa. Next, we have Andrade Americano. Also could be a big surprise as well. His cash in, I think, will be more of a help to not help, more of a move for AAA. El Grande Americano. The guy who's supposedly under the mask for him is Chad Gable. Chad Gable has a match with um, El Hijo Benkingo for the AAA Mega Championship earlier that day, and could lose earlier in that day, but then win the Money in the Bank and cash in on him at a later date. Um, so to have that come full circle and then reveal himself to be Chad Gable instead. He gets his revenge against all luchadors. AAA is a lucha libre wrestling promotion, and this would be Chad Gable's quote unquote redemption story, his redemption arc, him, you know, finally getting over the lucha hump. And then last two competitors I want to talk about is Seth Rollins. Really the boring pick of this match. Seth Rollins, we've seen him with the Money in the Bank before. Back in 2015, he did the heist of the century against Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, who could come into play during this match. Roman Reigns could return to stop Seth from winning the Money in the Bank. But also, Seth does have Braun and Bronson, so there's a real possibility that he uses them to help him win the Money in the Bank, eliminating superstars out of the equation. And then last but not least, LA Knight. His time is now. They gotta pull the trigger on him now. It's now or never. Honestly, it's been 2-3 years. He's been real hot. It's been one of the hottest babyface up there with Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes over the last few years. And so I think it's time for him to be rewarded for that. I know he's had 2 U.S. title, both reign has been lackluster. But just seeing him with a title was good enough for the fans. The moments were good enough when he beat Logan Paul. So going forward, him as the Money in the Bank could be great for the WWE, very beneficial. Next matchup we have is Live Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Possibly for one last time, Becky Lynch said that she will no longer challenge for the women's IC title as long as Live Valkyria holds it. And I think this is where Bayley comes into play. I think she returns and costs Becky the title, leading to Becky asking for a rematch despite not having no rematch clause. Becky could say that Bayley caused her to win. She was so close to winning. She would have won if it wasn't for Bayley. And so she's talking about gets a rematch. I honestly would like to see Lyra versus Becky versus Bayley at Evolution next month. I think that would be the wise choice to go with putting the IC title on the line at Evolution. Could do great things for their PLE. And you already have a ready-made story right here. Next up, we have the Women's Money in the Bank. Starting out, we're going to look at each competitor like we did the men's. We have Julia. I think she's going to be focusing on the U.S. title, who's currently held by Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega most recently won the U.S. title a couple months ago at Saturday Night Main Event. She doesn't have to have a long reign. Still isn't getting too many pops or not enough cheers to justify she's the right choice to be the U.S. champion right now. Julia, despite being fresh to the SmackDown roster, is getting a lot of cheers. A lot of people love her. A lot of people want to see her shine in the WWE. And so her focusing on the U.S. title could be a great stepping stone into getting to the main event scene. Next up we have Rhea. I don't think she needs it. She's already a made woman. I think the Money in the Bank should be for new stars. People who need the push deserve the push. Of course, there's gonna be the Rhea Hogan allegations or whatever like that. If she does win this Money in the Bank, and then I feel like she really needs feuds that that doesn't involve the champion or a path to championship stardom. Just go get a feud with Roxanne, or go get a feud with Stephanie Becker or something like that. Someone who's not around the title picture right now, who's not a champion right now, that you could build on, build them up, you know what I'm saying, with your star power, get eyes on them or whatever like that. You can still win. It doesn't matter to me, whatever like that. Stephanie Becker is going to be all right. She's going to win. Uh, just saying per se. Stephanie Becker, you know what I'm saying, is going to win a title one day. Or maybe you can, you know, fight Lara Valkyrie, you know what I'm saying? Y'all two foreign women, two women who came from the NXT UK pipeline. Not a traditional dream match that you'll want to see. After, you know, I'm saying after Lara Valkyrie drops the IC title to whether Becky or Bailey in the future. I'm not saying that Rhea should be involved in the IC scene. I'm just saying Lara is one of those young women that she could possibly put over in a meaningful feud. Next up we have Alexa Bliss. I think she's going to be tagging with either Charlotte or Nikki Cross here soon, or doing things with the Wyatt Six, which they could come into play if she were to win the Money in the Bank, or even help her win the Money in the Bank. That would be cool to see. But I don't think this year is for that. And then Stephanie, she's the new nice toy. She's getting the toy treatment. You know, everybody love to see her on screen. The way she works, the way she looks. She's just recently signed with on Raw. Her first matchup was a qualifier, which she won. So her coming in with a lot of momentum into the match, being the new shiny toy, could catapult her to Money in the Bank. But I don't think this is the year for her. Her versus EO rematch possibility could definitely, you know, tempt people to tip WWE to put the Money in the Bank on her. But I don't think there's enough to catapult her to the Money in the Bank. And then the last two I have Roxanne. I think her and Leah dynamic in the Judgment Day could come into a factor with her being Money in the Bank. There's gonna be some kind of jealousy from Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan didn't qualify herself. Of course, Roxanne versus EO is a dream match. Roxanne versus Stephanie is a rematch from NXT days. So she'll be a great candidate for the Money in the Bank. And then lastly is Naomi. She could have a cool Money in the Bank, custom Money in the Bank briefcase designed for her. Like she said, proceed with caution. The champions around the WB would have to proceed with caution when she's around, when she's in the room. And then of course, several matchups that intrigued me with Naomi winning this. If she cashes in on Tiffany, Tiffany's one of the first women that Naomi had a match with when she returned from TNA. Tiffany on her side, Naomi was one of the first competitors that she faced off against when she debuted on SmackDown, coming from NXT. And then there's a storyline over on Raw where it's Io. Say she chooses. Io is someone that Naomi has never, Bianca has never beat. Io also cast in on Bianca to win the championship a couple of years ago, and so Naomi could rub it in the face that she was the one to beat Io. She was the one to cash in on Io, something that Bianca could not do, which could further their feud, which could lead to a Bianca championship, which no one hates that. Everybody loves Bianca. Everyone would love to see a title on Bianca. And then last but not least, we have John Cena versus Logan Paul versus Jey Uso. I mean, John Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. We could see the men's Money in the Bank come into play in this match. If this is main eventing and the Money in the Bank is early in the night, which on this card I had them opening the show, giving the winner some time if they want to cash in tonight later on. But this would be a perfect opportunity. Both champions on both sides are in this match. Cena from SmackDown and Jay from Raw. We could get a cash in tonight. Maybe Seth Rollins comes in with his crew and cashes in on Jay, or John Cena is not out of the realm of possibilities, but more likely Jay. We've seen Seth and Braun and Bronson, you know, mess with Jay, and then of course if John, if Seth catches in on John, there's a rematch from 2015, that same year that Seth Rollins did the heist of the century. He stole the U.S. title from Cena and stealing the undisputed WWE championship from him could set him back into turning the face again, being that good guy again, being on the chase, never giving up. Despite the odds being against him, Seth, Bronson, and Braun. If Seth is the winner of the Money in the Bank, he could overcome that as Super Cena or whatever like that, like they always done. And then for Jay, the Roman factor. I think if honestly, I think if Seth wins and he tried to cash in on Jay, Roman's going to stop that. I think Roman's going to stop anyway. I think he's going to stop Seth from winning, which I'm going to have LA Knight, winning the Money in the Bank. Naomi winning the Money in the Bank on the women's side. Uh, Lyra Valkyria retaining with the help of Bailey, and then Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes winning with Cody pinning Logan Paul. Cody needs a win after losing to at WrestleMania to John Cena. Logan Paul is not a champion, so John Cena is not getting pinned, and then Jey Uso cannot have my World Heavyweight Title champion getting pinned in a match like this. But yeah, man, if you like what I've told you guys today, like my predictions, please like, share, and subscribe. That will do a lot for me. That will support me and my family so much. Please put in the comment section your predictions for each match: the Money in the Bank, the women's IC title match, the women's Money in the Bank, and the tag match between Jay and Cody, Cena and Logan Paul. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to Titletown TV. Follow me on Facebook at Karan Twin Cadell, and on all socials, Titletown TV _KC, like it says right here. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.